Okay, guys, so we are back today. It is Friday. Um, the only really big stuff we got today is PMI data. Um, so, all right, so yeah, today is services and manufacturing PMI dropping at 9:45. Services PMI and that is actually the big one. We'll figure out what we got going on today. It's Friday. It's a little bit late. All right, SPY gapping up a little bit today. Dipped some yesterday. Nvidia at 415s, looking weak. All right, I haven't even drank coffee this morning, so all right, I'm waking up. What's up, Joseph, Jonathan? So Activision, the UK approved the Microsoft merger. Yeah, Activision up to 94, is gapping up a little bit. Not the biggest volatility for something like that, but it is gapping up some. You can kind of see it move. All right, so what other news we got going on today? So let me check out. Again, market dipped yesterday before the close and then bounced back. Nvidia specifically is back up to like 415s right now. So it's moving back up there after dipping a little bit. Like the market out overall fell a lot yesterday. So you have to be referencing gold, I'm assuming, Ahmed. Um, yeah, so if I look at Activision, it says UK's watchdog says restructured Microsoft and Activision deal substantially addresses previous concerns and that UK regulators blessed Ubisoft side deal. Put this up on the banner. All right, so yeah, Activision approved the deal. That's moving Activision. Where's Microsoft at? Has Microsoft moved at all from this announcement? Not really. I mean, it's up a little bit, but it hasn't moved a ton. So, what's up, Jack? What's up, SNR? What's up, Alyssa? Might just be me, but definitely seems a lot quieter today. Market that is. Yeah, I mean it's Friday, so it's one of those days where any hope for recovery today? Maybe. I mean, market could bounce back. You never know. I mean, honestly, the market's gapping up a little bit in pre-market. We have the Activision news, and the market's gapping up from like 430 all the way to 432.50s or so. It's still down from yesterday's weak action. But yeah, it's up a little bit today. Small cap squeeze in power hour. That's nice. Microsoft announced Copilot yesterday. Interesting. And again, run those like numbers up, guys. We're also going to do a poll here, and I guess we'll keep the poll as it is, where we're just asking, does the market bounce back today? Does the market bounce back today? Yes or no? Vote on the poll. NQ dropped by 3 or 4%. Yeah, I mean, I know it was a pretty decent red day. It's not like the end of the world red day. Again, I always try to show people this because every major red day, everybody's like, oh no, I think 430 makes sense. We've got historical support there. And so it makes sense to watch. Uh, and so, yeah, we'll see if it hit. I'm only bearish on nvda 317. See you there. Hey, good luck. A lot of financial indicators are pointing to a recession. Yeah, maybe. I mean, listen, I don't know what we're gonna do. It depends on if we're who we're looking at, whether we're looking at the Fed, what they say, or whether what everybody else says. Maybe we could say correction. Yeah, maybe a big pump is coming to Bitcoin, 38K in the next target. Maybe I hope so. I mean, the U.S. economy is pretty terrible. Yeah, it's not really good, of course. Hmm. What if the big money short the market? Just find big money. I mean, who's going to be shorting the market? I mean, it's not. It could happen. I'm not saying it doesn't happen. I'm just saying what big is going to short the market. The banks. How come you come out with 38K first before the dump? We could break resistance. Yeah, I think we got to break over 30K first. I think Bitcoin has been sitting at 26, 25, 27, under 30 for weeks now. And so I think first we need to see it break 30K first. Tech stocks have rallied too much. I think it's in bubble status. Maybe. I think this latest pullback is probably pretty healthy. I think corrections are good. And stocks are not going to just go straight up. Yeah, maybe. Again, maybe we hit a recession, maybe we don't. Again, like the thing to understand is that a lot of people have been saying we were going to hit a recession for a year now, and we just haven't. They've been saying the market was going to crash for a year now, and we just haven't. And so I'm not saying it doesn't. I'm not saying it doesn't. I'm just skeptical. Like I'm just skeptical because I've seen so many people talk about how the market was going to dive and crash, and like generally the people who say it are wrong, and then they just kind of hold on to that, and they hold on to that, they hold on to that. Like right now the SPY is nowhere near a crash. Like yeah, we're dipping, but to be honest, like if you look at this trend objectively, it looks like it goes right along with this yearly trend. Like you can see pullbacks like we're in now here and here and even here. Um and so this pullback isn't necessarily like bad looking. But a lot of people are acting like it is. So like again, when you look at the normal trend here, Again, if we're continuing this type of trend, you need that pullback. You know what I mean? Like if we're continuing this type of trend, you need that pullback. We're testing the bottom of the range now. We'll see if we bounce back up and keep going up. Again, it's possible that happens. It's also possible that doesn't happen and like we just keep on keeping on. And so I'm not sure what we're gonna get, but yeah, I don't think it's the end of the world yet. Yeah, I'm gonna put some music on too. Yeah, just be careful shorting large cap stocks. I mean, you can do whatever you want to do, of course, and like I hope you guys make money. But sometimes what happens is this, right? It's like people get in short down here, and the market starts to go like this, and then they never cut it, and they just kind of sit on it, and it never comes back. Like it never goes back to the levels they were, and it just keeps on pushing up, and they turn into perma bears. But again, understand, if we zoom out over a 10-year period, the market's going to go up. The question is, what does it do in between that? And that's where you can maybe bet on crashes, bet on shorts, and that's fine, but just understand, if you're wrong, you got to cut it, because if not, again, imagine somebody shorting the market here, and back here at this 350 level on the SPY, a lot of people talked about how the market was just imminently going to crash. And then of course we've just kind of flown up. So just be smart. Good luck. I hope you guys make some money. We're up a little bit today already. We went long on the NASDAQ this morning on the NQ. Again, hit the like button, guys. We got 17 likes. We can do better than that. 59% of people think the market bounces back today. 40% of people think no, the market doesn't. Still a little early. Yeah, I caught this little trend. I identified this trend earlier. I should have held it too, man. I identified this trend earlier. And again, the trend is kind of like I was drawing here. I identified this trend. The first time I looked at charts this morning, this is the trend I saw. And so what I ended up doing is buying it down here. Or it might have been down here. I don't know where I bought it. It was probably right here based off of what time I woke up. It might have been here too. I'm not sure. I'll have to check. Here's 5 a.m. So yeah, okay. So it was here. Yeah, because this is Central Time. So yeah, I bought it here and then wrote it up to like right there, and then sold. Made like $100 on our funded account. This is on our funded account too. So we're green on our funded account today, which is nice. It's been a couple of red days in it, but we're still green overall. But yeah. Inflection point coming very soon. Markets didn't drop below what Bookmax shows, so I'm leaning more bullish today than I have in over a week. But the 43.87 level is the make it or break it. Yeah, the PMI data will be interesting today too. Aren't we approaching 1 week of the auto worker strike? Yeah. I'm kind of new to the investing game, and I think too many people are pointing to a recession. Well, if you're new, was that the case 6 months ago? Yes. So a year ago, everybody was saying that it was okay. A year ago, much more people thought we would hit a recession. So a year ago, everybody thought we would hit a recession. But even the Fed thought that we might have like a small, mild recession. Now, if you ask the Fed, they don't think we're going to hit a recession. They think we're going to have a very soft landing, because what a soft landing means is they raise rates aggressively enough to combat inflation without pushing us into a recession, right? That's what a soft landing means. And so when they say they think now we're going to have a very soft landing, that ultimately means they think that we're not going to hit one. And again, a year ago, they thought we would. And again, I don't know what we're going to do. Again, I really have no idea. I think there's a chance we don't hit a recession. And if you're new to investing, right? So if you're new to investing, you got to understand the biggest edge the market ever gives you is on the upside long term. You know, again, you can look at stuff like the S&P 500 over the long run and see like this is the real edge and nature of the market, which is like it's going to go up over time. And we can go all the way back to 1950 and see that the S&P 500 was at $16 a share. Okay, if you fast forward to today, it's at about $4,500 a share. You know, and so that's if you want to know how people make their money long term, and if you want to build your family, you know, generational wealth. You stick some money in there and you let it sit. You know, if you stuck $10,000 into the S&P 500 today, the next generation of your family would be very well off. But the problem with that, right? The problem with that is that very few people can do that without touching it. And sure, we have crashes in between. We're gonna crash in between. That's normal. But again, the last little mini crash we had was back in 2021, 2022. You know, so from the C word crash. It wasn't during the craziness, but it was afterwards when everything was hurt by it. You know, you can see the S&P 500 dips from about 4,800 down to 3,700. So in this period of time, the S&P dropped like 30%, 27%. So that was that last little mini crash that the market experienced was this. And so that's what I'm saying. People acting like we have to crash now. It's like, look, we just got out of one almost. Like, I don't know if you want to consider that a crash or just a correction on the downside. And if we look at it on a weekly perspective, again, this little pullback we're in now, like people acting like this is the end of the world, but that's it. So we'll see what happens. Again, I think on the SPY, I think if we look at the SPY, I think 430 makes sense. 431s. I think if we look at support and resistance, we got some support there. And we're gapping up a little bit in pre-market, mostly from the drops yesterday. And the economic data today is not super profound. Hey, thank you, food. Why is Powell so nervous in the Fed meetings? You know, he's always kind of like that, to be honest. We finally got a pullback, bro. We've been making money on everything. Yeah, Roblox is failing. Yeah, so I tend to think we're going to bounce today, but nobody knows, and we'll see what happens. I tend to think we're going to bounce, but who knows if we're actually going to or not. Again, hit the like button, guys. Run those numbers up. I'd love to break 100 early today. Again, we did have Activision Blizzard coming out with their news. They're gapping up to 94s right now. See what we got next week. So yeah, today we got S&P Flash and Service PMI. The Flash Manufacturing and Service PMI. Next week we got new home sales, the Case-Shiller data, and CB consumer confidence data at 10 a.m. Wednesday, we got durable good orders. Thursday, we got GDP and jobless claims. Friday, we got PCE, personal consumption expenditure. As well as Thursday, we also have Powell speaking. So yeah, Powell speaks on Thursday. Next week, that is. Do we have any earnings next week? I know earnings season is basically done, and we're going to start moving into the next one. I think we do have some earnings next week. Let's take a look. We got Costco. Costco is going to be on Tuesday next week. MU is going to be on Wednesday. MU might be interesting for microchips too. I know I've covered MU earnings before. It's not like the biggest release here. Nothing else really interesting. CarMax the next day. Nike. Oh, so Thursday evening we got Nike, BB. And then Friday we got Carnival Cruise earnings. Look at NVIDIA dip. So look at NVIDIA pull all the way back to the VWAP. This might influence the NASDAQ. NASDAQ's still in that trend, but watch NVIDIA dive here. How did the market bounce up? Genuine question. I mean, you can look at it. You're asking me how did the market bounce? We dipped yesterday at the close. We bounced up today in pre-market. You know, here's the previous close. Here's where we are now. Here's where we were. You know, so market did bounce a little bit in pre-market today. Doesn't mean it's going to hold, but it bounced for sure. I mean, we're up to the 430s after hitting, or 432 level after hitting 430, so we're up a couple dollars a share at least on the spot. Retail buyers buying dip. Yeah, maybe. Q. I haven't even looked at the Q. Q's up a little bit. Q didn't really have that big of a red day. And again, if you look at NVIDIA didn't have that big of a red day yesterday either. Why do you do this every day? What? We sold too much yesterday, that's why. The S&P, the NASDAQ, I mean, it had a red day, but it wasn't like a crazy red day. Like, really, we're right around where we were at the open yesterday. Buying the dip before work, hey, just be careful. You know, I don't know what the market's going to do today. It's Friday. You know, we got 1 week left this month. Bank of Japan held rates. That's the bump up. You think that's what helped the market move up? Is them holding rate instead of raising them? Yeah, let me pull up. All right, so yeah, yesterday, remember, we had jobless claims come in lower than expected. Philly Fed index coming out much worse than expected, and the existing home sales coming in lower than expected. We also had European consumer confidence come in lower than expected. Today we got Euro. We got a bunch of stuff, but like we have, like somebody mentioned, we had the Bank of Japan rate hike decision. They came in as expected with the falls. We got manufacturing PMI, 945 services PMI, S&P Global Composite PMI. Is there a chance the economy does worse but the market goes up? Sure. What that would look like is high inflation. But it depends on what you would consider a worse economy. A lot of people are going to call the economy thriving when inflation is out of control because the numbers are going to reflect higher. But that's just because things are more expensive, you know, and so it's nuanced for sure. But yeah, I mean, that can happen. Anything can happen in the market. You know, like when the C word first happened, the market ripped up, like flew up. And then after it, when it was kind of on the second half of it, that's when that little mini correction where the market dropped 27% in 2021 and 22. And so, yeah, anything could happen. Do you think if you had a partner and associate, you could perform better? No. Yeah, I'm good. I don't want anybody to work on this with me, man. Again, they expect too much. Like I've had business partners that I've let stream for me. The first thing is that generally every time I let them stream, my views go way down. Uh, which means that like I'm not even trying to sound like egotistical with this, but every time I brought somebody else on, my numbers go down. Unless they're like a big time, like well-known guy. Um, we had Michael Patak from Top Step, a couple months ago come on the stream, and numbers were good then. But like anytime I bring a guest on outside of that, numbers go down. Especially if I let them host the stream themselves, numbers go down. As well as like people get weird, bro. Like people expect too much, and I can run the whole community by myself and compete with some of the big networks in terms of views, especially on the big days. And so if I can run it myself and still compete pretty well, I'm just gonna keep doing that. When you add other people into the mix, especially like people get weird. That's the easiest way to put it. People get weird. All right, so I think El Kitty's a bot. I'm pretty sure El Kitty's a bot. She's about to get banned. He or she's about to get banned. Because I don't understand why. Like that's the worst way to grow. Yeah, say something or you're gonna get banned in here. But that's the leader needs to know how to delegate. Not easy, but true. I mean, I understand, and I've tried to do it before, and maybe I'm just not easy to work under. That's probably true, Uh, it might be that. What I really think is that it's I think you just need the right person to do it, and like most people are not. Most people are really out for their own self-interest, and so they'll be very manipulative, very difficult to work under. Pride's get in the way. They don't take orders. They just, you know what I mean? Like it turns into too much hassle to deal with. And again, I have people that work under me, but not people who stream. Like I don't want anybody that wants to stream. Like if they want to stream with me, I don't really want them to, and I don't really need them to. And again, usually when I bring somebody else on to host the show for me, my views go way down, right? And that has nothing to do with delegation. That has to do with just... Okay, so you're not a bot, Kitty. Sorry. You just seemed like... Yeah, you just seemed like one. Okay, well, then if you're not a bot, where did you hear that word? Primacy trades? Who said that? Where did you get that word from? And why is that the first thing you're saying this morning? If you're not either a paid shill or a bot. Yeah, I don't think it's stubborn, Johnny. I think it's just, look, I'll put it this way, man. I see a lot of the big networks, right? The big networks that got like 20 people running their streams, and I'm still getting more views than they are in the FOMC meetings. I'm still getting more views than they are in CPI reports. Okay. And so why would I hire more people and just spend all my money hiring more people to look bigger than we are. You know what I mean? That doesn't make any sense. I think if I can do this solo without hassle and get the same amount of competing views as some of the other ones, and of course there's other ones that get way more views than me, of course, right? But I don't think that's being stubborn. I think it's being smart, and I think it's, again, I've had a lot of people work for me, work under me. Having another co-host on stream never worked well. I've tried it a bunch of different times. It just doesn't work super well. Okay, that's all good, Kitty. It's probably a scam, then avoid it. Nobody go to that link. It's probably a scam. Nobody go to that link. Alexis, don't go to the link. It's probably a scam. Right, exactly, Eggman. That's what I have isn't broken, and so I don't need to fix it. You know, if I was like struggling, like the FOMC meeting, we had like 5,000 people here live. We got like 40,000 views. We had more views than Yahoo Finance, at a certain point. And so, yeah, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And I think that's where a lot of people make mistakes, because they're too busy trying to look cool, and they're too busy trying to look big. But I don't care about any of that. It's a broker with a lot of complaints. Yeah, then don't use it. It seems sketchy. It's probably a scam, Alexis. Hey, what's up, Pawn? And I mean, these are good conversations to have, and y'all are welcome to ask them. But again, if it's not broken, I'm not going to need to fix it. And again, when we're so competitive with the big networks with just me, why would I just throw more people into this and complicate it? It's a YouTube channel, right? Like, maybe if I put out my own software or service or anything, I would hire more people, and that's an understandable thing. But like, just for stream co-host, number one, one thing a lot of the other channels miss out on, and this is something the other channels miss out on, and this is why we get more views than they do during the FOMC meetings and stuff like that, it's scarcity. Scarcity gets views. And so if you stream 10 times a day, if you have 10 different streams every day, people are going to stop showing up to your big streams because they're so saturated with content. It's actually much better to just kind of carefully calculated go for the big streams. And even me streaming day to day like this is probably wrong. I probably should just wait for the big streams and stream only them. My channel would look better if I did, but yeah, I'm good, Johnny Trades. There's no, Is this data big? Not really. PMI data, it's kind of big. It's not small. I wouldn't say it's huge. Well, my guess is we'll have 700 people here or so during the PMI release at 9:45, maybe. But it's not huge. No, I genuinely enjoy what I do, bro. Yeah, again, I've had partners. They don't work. Yeah, people that don't, again, I'll give you an example of why partners and stuff like that doesn't work, is the last friend I made here, right? The last friend I made, my wife ended up telling his family about the YouTube channel, right? Which I always tell her never to do, because it just causes problems, bro. Most of the time people want something from me when they see that, right? I had people trying to get me to sell their NFTs. I had people that want me to plug themselves, and I have people that hope that they can weasel their way in and be my friend, and then I'm gonna make them the co-host of my channel or whatever it is, right? I've had a lot of people try that over time. At this point, nobody's getting equity, bro. Nobody's getting a freaking 1% in equity in my channel ever. I'm just not going to do it. I don't need to do it. The only way somebody get equity if they come at me and they hit me with a couple $1 million, and buyout, and then they can have it. But until then, no. Anyways, but yeah, so I told this person, I'm like, yeah, online sucks, man. People can be weird. People can be weird. People spend their time just trying to hate out of insecurity on their own part. I don't know if I want to do this forever. We'll see, but I'm going to do it for the indefinite future. Right. And I tell him that. And then shortly afterwards, right, he was coming on stream. Shortly after that, we get these bots that show up, and these bots are promoting him. They're promoting him. They're saying, hey, you should make this person co-host. John, you suck. Bring this other person on the stream, guys. And at a certain point, it's just like, all right, maybe it wasn't him. Maybe it wasn't him. But, and so people can get weird. People can be manipulative. And if it's not broke, don't fix it. You know what I mean? And so again, I made this rule a long time ago. And I'm very transparent with anybody that ever works for me, which is that you're not getting equity. Nobody's getting equity. I'll pay you as a contractor, and I pay everybody well. Like I pay a couple different people as contractors in my company, but I'm not giving them equity. Nobody's getting equity, and it's if that's what they want, they're not getting it. It's just too much hassle, too much work, too much liability. You don't really know people. Yeah, all good, Pawn. Yeah, we got a fun conversation. Morning. Hope everyone is doing good. Looks like a rebound day. Yeah, I mean, I think the market's down so much yesterday that we'll probably bounce up a little bit. That's the bounce so far. Market dipped a lot right at the end of the day. Does anybody know why this happened? Does anybody know why this happened right here? Like the market just turned yesterday right about the end of the day. I think 430 seems like a bounce level. I think 430 makes sense. Are there any overlay charts where you can compare year-over-year market data, for example, graph showing 21, 22, and 23? There are, and I know there's a way to do it on TOS, but I don't remember exactly what it is. Maybe some other TOS wizard can help me out. Government shutdown. Yeah. Yes, yields made new 10-year high. Market got scared. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, but I already have that, Johnny. Like I really do. Like again, I don't really want to keep arguing about this, so I'll respectfully request that we move on to a different topic. But I've already got two different people as contractors that work with me. Pawn is the major one, and I pay him well, and I also partner with him in other stuff that I do. And so that's about as good as I can do for anybody. But it's not just me running this. Like I have people helping me, like editors, like stuff like that. It's not just me. Y'all just don't see the people because I don't want anybody coming on stream. It's too much liability and hassle. But I digress. Anyways, look at the pre-opening of major stocks. We go up. Yeah, I mean, look, here's Activision. They had their the UK say that basically blessed their deal with Microsoft, and Activision is gapping up to right around where the buyout price on right out to where their buyout price with Microsoft would be at about $94, $95 a share. We also have the NASDAQ, a little bit more strong, I would say. Like the NASDAQ looks a little bit stronger, and it looks like the breakdown affected it less yesterday relative to the S&P. But maybe that's just in my head because, yeah, we had this choppy day in the NASDAQ yesterday, and then we broke down at the end of the day, and now we're gapping up nicely on the NASDAQ as well. So we'll see if we get anything good today. Bitcoin sitting right around 26,500. Yeah, you'd hate to make that beard look bad, Pawn. I got the top 3 goatest beard in the world. Listen, I shaved not too long ago, bro. So my beard is looking a little bit lighter. Like, look at this beard, bro. So my beard is looking a little bit lighter. You know, I got to get rid of this little thing. But, like, I shaved my beard. My beard's looking a little thin right now, bro. But, hey, top 3 beards in the world for sure right there. Top 3 beards in the world. Yeah, I mean, all I'll end it on, Johnny, is that I make 6 figures talking about the stock market in a company that I own 100% equity in. I pay tens of thousands of dollars a year in taxes, and I genuinely enjoy what I'm doing. And so whatever else other nuance of hiring more people and giving them equity, like, I'm not trying to complicate that. And maybe we're restricting growth by doing so, but it doesn't matter that much to me. I'm super happy doing what I'm doing, bro. And that's all that really matters to me. My quality of life is good. You know, I've got a very fulfilling life. I got a beautiful family, and I can sit around and talk about the stock market for a couple hours a day and make more than most people. So, you know, I'm doing something right. Anyways, the Q up to 359s. Right, exactly, Sean. Exactly. So if Microsoft's acquire Activision, it'll be an Xbox and PC exclusive developer. Surely that will result in less income in the long run. Yeah, but it won't matter because they're buying them out, right? So it's not going to be their company anymore. It's going to be Microsoft's company, and they'll be able to do whatever they want. And they're going to understand, yeah, they're going to make less, but it's going to build the Microsoft brand more. Q was down like 7 points yesterday. Yeah, it's definitely not good. Was it 7 points? All right, so yesterday, this doesn't look like a 7% drop. Q dropped from 364 yesterday, really like 360. If we look at the market open, the Q dropped from 360 basically down to 357s, 358s. And so that's literally 0.5%, right? That's $2 a share in almost $100 company, right? So that would be about 0.5%, maybe more than slightly more than 0.5% drop since the open yesterday, from the open yesterday to the close, about 0.5% in the Q, unless my math is off there. I think that would be about 0.5%, a $2 a share drop at about a $400 company. Maybe it's going to be a little bit more than 0.5%. It's not quite $400, but I'm pretty sure that math is right. Let me know if y'all think it's wrong. But even if we calculate like where they went from pre-market, about 363s, it looks like they dropped about $6 a share in that regard. And so for a $400 company, that would be like a 1-point-something% drop yesterday. It's nowhere near 7%. Yeah, basically, what do y'all mean? So yeah, I mean, it depends on your definition of a point. A point can mean a lot of different things. Most people label it as a percent, and the Q is nowhere near down 7%. Oh yeah, but you said the Q was down 7 points yesterday. So, and I mean, again, it's down about 0.5% actually yesterday, maybe less if I do the math in my head. This is all in my head, and so maybe maybe I'm wrong. I don't think I am. I think it's a little bit over 0.5% drop yesterday since the market opened. Q's starting to bounce a little bit at the VWAP too. Let's look at NVIDIA. So here's NVIDIA. NVIDIA at 414s. Some people say point instead of dollars. I think point mostly refers to 1%. Like 1 point equals 1%. At least that's what it is in like mortgages, real estate. Most people are going to consider a point a percent. So they say two points. That means 2% interest or whatever it is, right? And so if it was $100 stock, yeah, and they dropped $7 a share, that would be 7 points. But this is a $360 stock. And so dropping $7 a share, again, would be like 1 point something percent. Which is pretty normal. Like a 1 to 2% drop in any given day is pretty reasonable to expect sometimes. We're always going to drop a couple percent sometimes. Where if you want to know like the caliber of like good and bad days, a really bad day is if we drop over like 5%. A really, really, really bad day, of course, is if we drop over like 6 or 7%, which doesn't happen very much. Once we start to get over that, it's turning into like dumpster fire type stuff. But a reasonable expectation of the markets is like sometimes we're going to drop 1 to 2%. If we look at the SPY, let me see how much the SPY dipped yesterday. All right, so the SPY dropped from the open at 436s all the way down to about 431s yesterday, so about $5 a share. And so, yeah, it's, relative to the opening bell, the SPY dropped. Relative to the opening bell, the SPY dropped a little bit over 1% yesterday since the opening bell. Depends on where you calculate it, though. If you calculate the SPY from the pre-market high at 438, 437s, you go from 437s to 431s. So that is about 1.5% drop yesterday. And so almost 2%. And so, yeah, not a good day, of course, but it's not like a dumpster fire day or anything like that. Not yet. The market's bouncing back up a little bit too. Yeah, no, all good, Douglas. I'm not trying to critique you, brother. I'm just trying to show you like the jargon of finance, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Bounce. Yeah, I mean, I think we might bounce today. I thought we might bounce yesterday, though, just because we were already down so much, and it looks like I was just wrong. And so, yeah, I don't know what we're going to get, but yeah. I used to hate doing math in my head, and I think I've gotten pretty decent at it. Yeah, all good, Douglas. 1 point equals 21 gigawatts. Q Q at 359s right now, so it's bouncing up a little bit. We'll see if it holds. Why not both? VWAP's right here. And the SPY is right here. nvda is still sitting at 413s. We'll see if it holds. Again, I made a little bit on my funded account on the NASDAQ today. Again, mostly just seeing this trend. Like the NASDAQ's been in this trend all morning. And so the first chart that I looked at, I drew this earlier. The first chart that I looked at is that's a bad example. It's a very badly drawn trend. Oh, I think it'll actually let me do this. Let me try. But yeah, the first trend that I saw was this one. And so I just started to buy on the bottom and attack that trend, and it worked really well. So I made about $100 on my funded account early this morning. It is Friday though, so we might have lower liquidity and all that stuff. So again, thank you guys so much. We did break 115,000 subs, 115K. So that feels good. Yeah, for sure. Super easy. Hey, what's up, Joey? What's up, Nas? All right. So yeah, so again, I guess my bias is on the upside, but the market's been pretty bloody yesterday and the day before, so we'll see. Fed meeting this week kind of put a slump in things. Yeah, I don't know. Again, I don't know if we're going to bounce. Generally, that's how my bias works, which is if we have a really red day, I tend to think we're going to bounce the next day. But I really, I always tell people I really have no idea what we're going to do. Nobody does. We're just kind of guessing, throwing stuff out there. Usually that's how the market behaves, though. So, like, usually the market behaves. You get a couple really red days, you're going to get a bounce most of the time. And vice versa. You get a couple really green days, you're going to get a pullback and then a continuation sometimes, too. And so that's how I usually look at it. But we'll see. What's up, Hannah? Yeah, Powell tanking the market. Yeah, I mean, Joe, that's never going to happen. If you think they're going to let him back in. I'm not saying I want or don't want him back in. I just think looking at this from the sidelines, that ain't never happening, man. RSI says buy today for a bounce. Not always right, but odds seem to be up today. Yeah, I mean, the market's down a lot, right? So in terms of extension, which is how I usually look at it, in terms of extension, it's more probable that we're going to bounce today. But again, I kind of said the same thing yesterday, and it just did the opposite. So you never know. Unfortunately, I believe we need some type of catalyst to drive up the markets. Not necessarily. I mean, sometimes the catalyst is just the market being down so much. Yeah, Disney Green Day, still green. Feels good. We're green today too, but Yeah, I mean, we're in MGM right now. We bought a little bit at like 39, and we're at 37 right now, so we're down like $2 a share, like $50. So I mean, it's down, but it's not like it's a crazy, crazy dip. I remember in 2021, MGM was at $12 a share. Lower than that, I think it was at. Uh, yeah. So in 20, actually in 2020, the 2020 crash, it was at $6 a share. And so MGM has always been pretty big range. And if we look at a daily chart, it's still a pretty green year. They just got all that stuff going on. And maybe I'll DCA into them. I think MGM's going to be fine, obviously. But short term, who knows? Pfizer? I don't know about Pfizer either. Shorting is not a wise thing to do today, as I saw major stocks go up in pre. Maybe. A recession is just a decline in negative GDP growth. Well, yeah, it means two consecutive losing GDP quarters. Maybe. In my honest opinion, DCA works when these blue chips have not peaked with current valuations. They have likely peaked. DCA might make you hold them forever. I mean, definitely not going to be literally forever. Again, like you can hold these, but it's definitely not going to be literally forever. It might be 5 years if you get in at the wrong spot, but it's not going to be longer than that usually. Yeah, we do have some FOMC members talking today. Specifically, we have we got Fed Governor Cook. We have oh, that's it. We got Governor Cook. We got some of the ECB members speaking. We had Europe manufacturing PMI come out lower than expected. Global composite coming in higher than expected. Services coming in higher than expected. England retail sales came in lower than expected on both metrics. Aside from that, again, we got services PMI today at 945. That's about it. All right, guys. So again, MGM down. Maybe we'll DCA into it. MGM's not at all-time highs though, so I don't like buying anything at all-time highs, you know. But especially not MGM. But MGM's not at all-time highs. I'm also in Walmart, and I've been in Walmart with 10 shares. Average price is 150s. We're still at 160s, and so I've been holding Walmart for a time. Yeah, I don't know what else we're gonna get. We haven't made all-time highs yet. Could be in a long bear market, 2001, 2008. So we might not see a new high on the SPY for the next 3+ years. Maybe. Yeah, well, NVIDIA was considered extended for most people. You know, NVIDIA is still at 413s. The problem with NVIDIA is it just made a massive run. A weekly chart doesn't really look that bad, and it looks almost reasonable of a pullback. A daily chart looks worse, though, but still pretty good. It's just up so much on the year that the question is, how much does it pull back? So, of course, it's not going to give back all these gains. But, you know, the question is what happens here. 400 seems to be like a really big line in the sand level right here at like $400. That seems to be a level at which you want to pay attention to for NVIDIA just because of technicals. Apple also having a pretty flat day yesterday. Yeah, my son said he wanted to join me for my stream today. What do y'all think? Should I have him on? Bring your son to work day. All right. Again, let me know what you guys think. No, Jack never had a buy rating on Roblox. Jack actually had the opposite. So Jack said that Roblox. So we asked Jack. This was when Roblox was at $80 a share. Right. So this was back in like 2022. We asked Jack. We said, "Hey, where's Roblox going to be in the next few years?" And Jack said that he thought it would be around, but it would be much lower in price. Really, I think he said it would be half the price that it is now. And he was right. It's lower than that, actually. But Jack was bearish on Roblox because he plays Roblox, but he said that he doesn't play it as much anymore, and other kids don't as well. And so that was Jack's argument. And he was right. He was right. Roblox ended up crashing down. Not if it's my son. Not if it's my son. I could teach my son about markets. I'm his parent. Thoughts on Disney? Disney is pretty low right now. It's been consolidating around the 75, or it's been consolidating over 80 for years. but pretty sideways, I would say. We've made a lot of money on Disney, but usually we average it on pullbacks and then take profit on bounces, and so we don't sit on it for super long. When we have it, we'll hold it long term if we need to, but we never really need to. So like right now, my average price is 81s, and it's at almost 83s, and so we're still green on the current position as well on Disney. It's not a huge position, but did Jack have any other predictions? Not really. But who knows? I don't know what Disney's going to do. I think here's the things to understand regarding Disney. Right, and this might impact AMC and a couple other stuff. Is number one, they're probably gonna have a new Star Wars movie coming out sometime over the next year or two. Right, at least another announcement for a new Star Wars movie coming out over the next few years. Now, Disney's been focusing on Disney Plus, and that's affected their margins. But over time, that's going to start paying dividends, not actual dividends, but what I mean is like that's going to start paying, like they're going to start getting paid back for that in terms of growth from that different stuff. So I think that's an argument for Disney as well as like Disney's just strong and makes a ton of money. People sensationalize it a lot and dislike it for political reasons, but Disney's really low right now relative to where it was. I seriously doubt Disney ever fails, and so I think right now when you zoom out and look at it over a long period of time, it's probably cheap where it is now. And if we want to look at like conventional extension metrics like the PE ratio, let me see what Disney's is. So look at the SPY back over the VWAP here. But yeah, if you want to look at like conventional metrics, Disney is pretty nicely, or no, wait. So the PE ratio is actually a little high on Disney. It must be from their latest earnings report. Let me see what their earnings were last time. Yeah, so Disney's PE ratio is about 60 now, so it's a little bit worse than it was, which is interesting because it's lower. It must be from their earnings report. But I think their next few earnings reports will probably be positive. Claudia, you are the biggest scumbag on the internet. You're probably a bot, but good day to you. Stop scamming people, you terrible, terrible person. If you have no skills, and that's what you got to do, scam people. Get the F out of here. Apron moving. I don't know anything about Nokia, Sean. I grew up in the early 2000s where Nokia was like a big company, where it was like big, where everybody's cell phone was a Nokia phone. We had the bricks with Snake on them. Everybody used Nokia phones and all that good stuff, right? Like I grew up in that age. The iPhone destroyed them. And so I don't know what they're doing anymore. I'm definitely not investing in Nokia. It's a name everybody knows, but like nobody uses them anymore. It's kind of like BlackBerry, right? Like nobody uses those phones anymore. And so what are they doing? I don't know. Nobody, like I don't know what their business model looks like anymore. And so with that, my hands are off. I'm not going to mess with it. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it does something. The chart looks like dog poop, though. Like it looks like straight barcoding chart. It's just not good. Doesn't look good. Dude, Snake was freaking addicting too, bro. I remember being there as a kid and playing Snake over and over and over and over and over again. I remember beating Snake and I was like super pumped. Yeah, I don't know, Humble. Yeah, I don't know what BB is doing either. Have you seen the meme with the Nokia phone in the case? No. No, I haven't. Hey, look at the SPY back up though. Again, SPY back up to 432.50 or so, right under that. Now there's Nvidia. We could also look at Tesla. You know, here's Tesla. Tesla down to 250s. It's been a whirlwind week or two where stocks have gone up and then down and then up and then down. The FOMC meeting affected it, and yeah, I mean, we don't really like. We have some stuff coming out. Earnings season. You know what I'm excited for is earnings season, right? So this earnings season starts next month. So it starts in less than a month from now. Earnings season starts, which I'm pretty pumped about. I love earnings season, and that's really where my channel grows, is earnings season. Like, we're one of the main earnings channels that really cover these earnings calls, and that's where my channel really grows. But it only happens for a month every quarter, so it only happens 30% of the time, roughly. But even still, I'm ready. You know, and really, earnings season really starts to kick off in mid-October. So earnings season starts. Sorry, I'm checking back up all this stuff. None of these are really Pepsi. Oh wait, there we go. So that's when it starts to kick off. That's Monday after close now. So Pepsi is October 10th in the morning, and then afterwards, okay, so yeah, earnings season honestly really starts to kick off October 12th. So in about 2.5 weeks is when earnings season starts to kick off October 12th. That kicks off with number one, Pepsi earnings are going to be on. We have Pepsi earnings as kind of the lone earnings report on October 10th on Tuesday, and then October 12th we get some of the big boys coming out with Delta, Walgreens, BLK, Progressive, Domino's Pizza, Applied Blockchain in the morning, and then in the evening, nothing. So that's the first real big day for earnings. The biggest day, right, where earnings season really starts to kick off. Usually what happens, like every earnings season, just so y'all understand this, right? Every earnings season, what generally happens is we get bank earnings kicking it off, right? We get some of stuff like Delta Airlines and Domino's and stuff like that, Walgreens. But the big ones are the banks, right? That's really what kicks off earnings season every year. And that starts Friday, October 13th. Friday the 13th in October. Hopefully it's a good day. But right, so that means JP Morgan, United Health, Citigroup, Wells Fargo, PNC Financial, all dropping their earnings in the morning. So we're going to start streaming early on those days. They're all expecting profit. And again, that starts October 13th in the morning. And then the next week is like the kickoff of earnings season, basically, where we don't really have anything big until Tuesday, October 17th, right? That's Bank of America in the morning, Johnson & Johnson, Goldman Sachs, Lockheed Martin, Signature Bank, Charles Schwab, Ericsson, State Street, BK in the morning. In the evening, you got Western Alliance, which did move a lot, IB, Interactive Brokers, JB Hunt, Omnicon, Hancock Whitney, Pinnacle Financial, and more in the evening. And then on Wednesday, we get Carvana, Morgan Stanley, Activision, Blizzard, NASDAQ, Elevance, Ally Financial, Commerce Bankshare, Winnebago, Procter & Gamble, ASML. And then in the evening on Wednesday, you get the big boy, Tesla, United Airlines, Netflix. We're going to stream Tesla, Alcoa, Las Vegas Sands. So that's when earnings season really kicks off. So again, it really starts October 12th with Walgreens and a couple other ones. And then it follows it up by October 13th bank earnings in the morning. Now, remember, earnings season is a time of high volatility in markets. And again, this is in about 2.5 weeks, right? And so with the last Fed meeting happening now, yesterday, was it yesterday? No, the day before yesterday. With the last Fed meeting happening the day before yesterday, we're going to have 6 weeks until another Fed decision. The other thing that's going to happen that week, guys, so I believe CPI is going to be on the 12th. So yeah, the next CPI is going to be October 12th, right? So we're going to get October 12th CPI report and earnings plays. And then October 13th, we're going to have bank earnings and PPI data. It's just going to be a busy freaking day. And so the question is for this upcoming earnings season is, what do you all think the market's going to do? Do you think we're going to come in good or bad? Let me know. You need 1 million subscribers. I know. Hey, thank you, Stock. I hope I do. That's what I was trying to tell whatever his name was, Johnny, whatever, earlier. Like, we compete with some of the channels that have 1 million subscribers, you know? And so it's like, it really is like, if we're not broken, we're not going to, like, if it's not broke, don't fix it. I think too many people stress themselves out with all that stuff, and it's just unnecessary. I'm in a bunch of positions right now. I am in Exxon, Walmart, Walgreens, Tyson Food, Target, Square, Snapchat, RTX, Roblox, PayPal, Oracle, Microsoft, MGM, Coca-Cola, Honeywell, Home Depot, Google, Gold, Ford, Etsy, Disney, American Express, ARM, AMC, and Apple is my current position list. We're up about $100 today, right now, on those positions. You know, that's my P&L right now. But again, these are swing trades, investments, longer term holds. We got in a lot of these along. Yeah, these are all long. These are long-term trades. And so if you're shorting anything long-term, you're probably making a mistake. But maybe not. Yeah, baseball, postseason baseball too. No, they're not options. Market's very flat. SPY trying, Tesla up there too, but market's pretty quiet. Do you think we get a bounce today? I don't know. I think we probably could, but that's just because the market's down a decent amount over the last couple of days since Wednesday. And so I think it's possible we get a bounce today. It's not a for sure thing, but it's definitely possible just because of extension on the downside. We got to be day trading today too. Yeah, I mean, Activision had something happen with UK regulators where they basically blessed the Activision Microsoft deal. And so people are more confident the deal is going to go through. And so Activision is gapping up more close to the buyout price is what's going on right now. Sitting at around $94. So yeah, it's just gapping up closer to that price because people are expecting it to get bought out. And if Microsoft buys out Activision, what's going to happen is that they're going to take all the Activision shares and they are going to pay them out, you know. Whoa, look at the SPY. This might be the 8 a.m. slump or scrum. It doesn't really look like that, though, unless it completely retraces back down. Is the Q doing the same thing? Yes, did some good news happen? Could be Mexican inflation. Came in at 4.44 versus 4.48 expected. So inflation year over year. One of the ECB members said that risks to inflation are now balanced. United Airlines has promoted Michael Luskin to CFO and executive VP effective immediately. Fed speakers return. Yeah, it's a big move up. I don't know what's going on, but big bounce. You know, kind of everything. Could be the Mexican GDP and data. Mexican inflation data, I mean. Mostly came in lower than expected. Half-month inflation, month-over-month, came in at 0.25 versus 0.29%. Core inflation came in at 5.78 versus 5.76. First half-month inflation year-over-year came in at 4.44 versus 4.48%. I don't know what else is going on in the market or why this is gapping up so much right now, but I'm not mad at it. But yeah, market's bouncing for sure right now. Okay, so you're basically long then, Sean. You have puts on the SQ, which means that you're basically longing the Q. No, don't be emotional, John. Me reporting on a pretty big bounce short term does not mean that. Like, sometimes bears get so emotional where it's like, hey, we're bouncing up pretty big short term. They're like, that's not big. They start arguing with me about jargon and like terms, like subjective terminology, because they can't deal with people saying that the market's going up. Again, I'm not saying the market is saved, hurrah. You know what I'm saying is this is a pretty big candle. It's bigger than anything else we've seen over the last hour or two. You know, we broke the pre-market high. We ripped up to almost 433, and now we're testing the previous pre-market high. And so, look, objectively, I think that's a decent move up. But yeah. Yeah, so GM moving up. What do y'all think? Like, the question is about the strikes, the UAW strikes. Now, GM has been basically flat since July. It's been going up and down and up and down and up and down. Okay, so it seems like this. What's dragging the market up is nvda. Nvidia up to 415, maybe. Maybe the news is Nvidia related. You can see it's starting to bounce. Okay, so according to the U.S. Treasury Secretary, the U.S. and China have started working groups on economic and financial issues, working groups to provide forums to communicate the U.S.'s interests and concerns to China, according to the Treasury Secretary. And maybe that's what's making people a little bit more bullish and optimistic. Let me see if there's any NVIDIA news. No, not really. It's the only thing I can see. This news up on screen. But like, yeah, pretty decent bounce. I mean, look, we're testing the highs of pre-market again. Yeah, like I said, sometimes like short traders get really weird, man, where it's like oh, hey, the market's ripping up. This is not ripping. And they're like, how dare you say bullish things? You know? It's just like, all right, bro, calm down. Strike, what is it? The strike was inevitable regardless, but what scares me is well, of course your GDP rises when every country, yeah, I mean, the strike, I don't understand the strike. Like, I don't agree with the strike. I think that unions can be very good for workers, of course. And look at NVIDIA still pushing up, right? I think unions can be very good. But Ford is struggling. GM is struggling, right? Like, and what they're striking for is silly. Like, listen, companies only make so much money. You know, they're striking for higher pay. They're striking for more hours. And like, as a business, you got to understand, sometimes that's not feasible. Like sometimes a company's not going to be able to hire everybody. And if that doesn't work, go find another job somewhere else. I think that's going to be the better move. If not, and again, I get it completely. I get it. People being frustrated, but they need to go find work elsewhere. You can't force a company to give you more hours if the company is not in a healthy enough place for that. And so I think the strike in that regard is silly. But maybe there's some nuance to it I don't understand. I mean, of course, that's definitely possible. All right, sorry, Carol was here. I was talking to Carol, but yeah. Yeah, I mean, I get it. Giving a 30% raise to the CEO, but again, you can't force the company to do that. Again, I get it. They're in a union, but I don't know. I think some of these companies are struggling. Right, for sure. It shouldn't hurt the company. I personally think we should stop bailing them out. The beautiful part about capitalism is the free market, right? So if you don't like your if you don't like your current company, your current job, you can go find another job elsewhere. And that's the beautiful part about it. Um, right, so again, Nvidia still bouncing a little bit. Spy still trying to bounce too. All right, we're back. Sorry, dealing with my son. He's home from school today. No, that's not going to work, Yell, because Tesla's such a large float company that we could all buy here at one point, and it's not going to do much, man. Again, that's not how it works, unfortunately. If you want to, like, the only float stocks that you're going to be able to move like that are low float stocks. But yeah, market looks strong, bouncing back up a little bit. You know, we're really right around where we started to break down yesterday now. So, and this is the nature of the market. This is why the people coming out saying it's doom and gloom. Like, you got to look at it reasonably here. Again, I don't think we're really going to look bad until we start to test like 410s and 400s. I think when that starts to happen, that can get bad. NVIDIA is another stock that you really want to watch just because it's going up so much. And it's gone up so much over the last year. And so you want to see what we get here. Yeah, I'm looking at more yeah, one of the crazy stats that I'm looking at from this UAW strike is it's 78. The CEO compensation among America's largest companies has gone up almost 1,500%, while the typical worker's pay grew by only 18% since 1978, and both of these were adjusted for inflation. I think one of the problems, though, is that like competition for like work decreased, and I'm going to explain why a lot of workers' pay decreased is mostly because, so if you think about the internet, right? You think about like a lot of people outsource work to overseas, right? Because they can pay somebody much less and get the same type of work done. And so over time, that dwindles the use case for a lot of workers here, because again, if they can find cheaper work elsewhere, they will, and that's just business. So yeah, Mary Barra, the highest paid executive among the big three, made $29 million last year, a 34% increase over the last 4 years. She said 92% of that is based on performance on the company. Yeah, but GM, I mean, I guess that's right. Like, okay, so if it's based off of performance, we can take a look at that here. And look at the SPY rip up. So here's GM. And again, I'm not defending this, but GM, had a really tough time in 2017. Fell all the way down to $14 a share, and so since then it's gone from 14 all the way back up to almost 70 and back down to 35s, 30s. The problem is, though, like, this is 2020. I mean, so here's the 2020 slump. But I still think it's excessive. I'll have to look at why it is, and so I guess I understand that part of the strike. But again, I also think it boils down to, like, most of the strike is about not having enough hours to work. And like in that regard, again, you can't force a company to give you more hours. If they needed more people, they would hire more people, or they would give people more hours. And so it just doesn't seem like they need that type of stuff. And I think like a lot of times where they're from, like you can't rely on one company, especially if you're in stuff like manufacturing. Like I think you got to go company to company, figure out who will pay you more, and just move back and forth. If you're too loyal to one specific company, and when you work, then a lot of the time it's not going to be good for you. My job can't be outsourced. It definitely can. Maybe not as easily though. Yeah, market's bouncing a little bit. Again, we'll see if it holds. Here's the Q, the NASDAQ. I remember double-digit federal funds rate. Yeah. 945 is when the new one. Yeah, again, the problem is like you're going to continue to see a lot of work go down because people don't like. Again, people are going to outsource, not just outsourcing, but specifically automation is going to take away jobs. AI is going to take away jobs, right? And you can't really get mad at it. It's just the future. Like the easiest way to put it is like carriage workers in the 1900s. When the car came out, they lost their jobs, and that's just an evolution of tech growth and the evolution of technology. And so anything that you've seen that has become obsolete over time, people have lost jobs. Where it makes itself up is like you're going to have other jobs around those newer industries that are formed that compensate for it to a certain extent. Q back over 360s, at least right at 360s now. The SPY still pushing back up. Pretty nice growth here. Well, there's definitely going to be some jobs, Tegrity. It's not like there's just not going to be any jobs to replace. There's definitely going to be some replaceable jobs. It might not be in y'all's area of expertise, but there's definitely going to be some jobs that sprout up from all this tech growth. That's the normal. I mean, that's obvious. All right, guys. So all right, guys. Sorry, look at the market's rip. Look at Q rip it up. Again, I think a lot of this is NVIDIA. We're at almost 416s for NVIDIA. Again, the SPY at 433s. Yeah, we're always going to need lawyers. We're always going to need bankers. We're always going to need doctors. Mostly that is just propaganda to scare people and get clicks and get views, man. Again, you like Chat GPT is not going to take away an attorney. They're not going to take away a doctor. They're not going to take away a banker. You know, like they might influence those jobs, but they're definitely not going to take it away, man. Again, that's mostly sensationalizing, I think. Yeah, I don't know, Jose. We'll see. Okay, yeah, I was about to say, man, that's just not going to happen. Again, market's very strong today, guys. In the pre-market, we're basically right back where we were. Look, so this is where we are now. Basically right where we were before this big drop. A little bit lower, but not too bad. We're at 433s now. NVIDIA's still pushing up to 416s. I'm still trying to figure out where this run came from, though. Yeah, maybe it's maybe this is PMI data overseas. Right, exactly, Daniel. Chat GPT lawyers would be like those lawyers, yeah. They'd be like, yo, what should we water the plants with? Mountain Dew. I don't know. Dead cat bounce. Yeah, I mean, maybe. They paused, KC. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's a joke from the movie Idiocracy. If you've never seen Idiocracy, if you've never seen the movie Idiocracy, it's basically the premise of the movie is basically that. Okay, so the premise of Idiocracy is basically that. Okay, here's the premise of the movie Idiocracy. It's basically that dumb people reproduce more than smart people. So over time, that's going to have an exponentially negative effect on humans in general's intelligence, right? Because the worst planners have more kids and the smart planners have less kids. And over time, again, that's going to cause an exponentially negative growth in our intelligence, right? Over time, that's going to make us dumber, right? Thus is the movie Idiocracy. Hey, bud. Okay, you're just going to do it right here? Okay, that's okay. Yeah, he did make this, guys. Look at this. You want to show him?
It's a Lego Iron Golem.
It's a what?
It's a Lego Iron Golem.
Yeah, Jack made this. Jack does all these Lego kits by himself. Right now, he's working on an F1 one. Here, watch out for the cords, bro. Watch out for the cords. Over here, this side. Always stick on this side. So let me show him. It's pretty cool, man. Check this out. He made it by himself.
Oh, turn it around.
And it's like a little house, almost upside down. That's cool, man. Proud of you, bud. Now he's working on like an adult-sized Lego. It's the F1 Racer. That thing is like $200. Look at this. So this is the one he's working on now. That's cool, bud. Proud of you, man. This looks good, dude. Here, I don't want this to break. I'm scared to break it. I'm gonna put it right here, buddy. Right there. Yeah. Give it some balance. You want it to have balance, just like that, dude. It's alright. It's alright.
Oh, wait.
That's alright. Just throw them back in there, dude. Right. Hey, if you want to turn the lights on in here, bud, you can.
I like it dark.
You like it dark? Yeah, you're like me. All right, bud.
This is what I've done so far with the F-150. It's not a lot, but
Yeah, this is what he's done so far. The
It's a
F-150
gear.
racer. It's the gears inside the motor. Look. You know, he's getting pretty good, man. Again, I'm not helping him with this at all. He's doing this by himself. Nice work, bud. Proud of you. Hey, again, even if you mess up, that's okay, dude.
okay.
Honestly, I would probably mess up a lot if I was doing it. So
Yeah, I had to restart it like after.
yeah, it's all right, dude. Good job, buddy. Yeah. Yeah, Brandau was the Electora beverage. Yeah, and so basically the point is, like, as I suggested, yeah, so look, Jack, they're all saying super cool, nice. You the man. That's really cool. Hell yeah. Well, that's cool. Can't wait to be a dad in 7 months. Great dad. It's a nice build. Good job. Great job. Jack the legend. Let me say. See? Good work, man. But yeah, anyways, the premise of the movie Idiocracy is that over time people are going to get dumber because the less intelligent people are going to have more kids, and that's going to have exponential negative growth in intelligence of humans over time. And so basically that's the premise of the movie Idiocracy, right? And so in the movie Idiocracy, he takes a time machine to the future and he realizes that everybody's dumb, right? They're like watering their plants with Mountain Dew, and like capitalism has gone amok and like gone crazy. And no, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
I just thought it.
There actually is some validity to what Jack said. Says the plant. Oh, what a plant! When a plant is watered with diet Mountain Dew, the small amount of sugar in the pop could help the plant grow faster. Oh, hold on, let me see. Okay, so here's the hypothesis, Jack. It says if the plants are watered with diet Mountain Dew, then they will grow faster and taller than those watered with water, because diet Mountain Dew is sugar water, and that is what plants prefer more than water. I don't know if this is actually correct, though. All right, I'm talking about a movie, basically. I'm talking about a movie, Jack. You should watch it with me. It's actually pretty good. It's called Idiocracy. And again, the premise of the movie is that less smart people have more kids and smart people have less kids. And so over time, the human race gets dumber and dumber. It's called Idiocracy. It's a funny movie. And so in that movie, they don't understand why the plants aren't growing, right? No, it's not true. It's fictional. It's a movie. But yeah, that's what I'm talking about, Jack. But yeah, I seriously doubt Mountain Dew is actually gonna. Yeah. Was it Red Bull on plants, not Mountain Dew? Okay, that might have been what it was. Yeah, he gets frozen for years and he's the smartest man alive.
Remember when I was right about the $5 million bill?
Yeah. Yeah, you were. Jack showed me a $5 million bill.
Oh yeah, and I know what a $3 trillion bill looks like.
Hold on, buddy.
$3 trillion, about this wide, this big.
Oh, is there a $3 trillion bill?
Yeah, it has like rocks. It has like stones stacked on stones.
Okay. Sorry, buddy. I'm talking to somebody. All right, so there's a what?
Like a $1 trillion bill. Yeah, I think it might be $1 trillion.
Oh, the Zimbabwe bill, maybe. Zimbabwe is the one with the $3 bill.
It might be $3 trillion. I'm not sure. I do. Oh, look, it says $1 trillion right there. There's $1 trillion.
Yeah, but this is probably fake. Yeah, it's a fake Etsy bill, though. So again, like in the history of the world, right, Jack, they've produced different bills. I think the largest one is what, the $1 million bill? Oh, Zimbabwe.
Search it. I'm pretty sure. If I
No.
I told you we'd go up.
This is the Zimbabwe bill.
I told you.
There's 100 trillion.
Oh.
10 trillion, but this is another country's bill, which means that like.
At least they got it right.
Yeah, dude, you did get it right. Good job. Good job, buddy.
I'm starting to think this might be a trivia.
Yeah, this might be a trivia channel. That's right, dude. Yeah, we have flash PMI today. Yeah, so Jack is his name. Jack. Hey, what's up, Vol guys?
Charmander sculpture that's
The Charmander sculpture, yeah. I do.
That had like 7 different bags to it.
Yeah. Hey, that's kind of how it goes, man. Those big ones are tough. And you just got to be patient. You got to take your time, make sure you do it right. If you take your time and make sure you do it right and follow directions, you'll get it. You know? Yeah, so I says good way to be creative is with Legos, they're saying.
True.
Yeah. Jack for president, they say.
Incorrect. Sugar is the people.
Yeah.
Food is sunlight, heat, carbon dioxide, and water.
Yeah. Yeah. Jack is like a trivia guy. He likes trivia. What's up, Volt people? But he's also 9, and so you know. I mean, Volt is a cryptocurrency that they really like. I've never really heard of it, but they really like it.
Okay, this is difficult.
Yeah, that thing's gonna be tough, bro. That thing's for like 18-year-olds, Jack, and so yeah, dude. So like that's gonna be like a really tough Lego set.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the lights on.
Yeah, you can turn the lights on, bro. Hit the lights. There you go. Yeah, he's learning for sure.
There's the other side to the house.
Yeah.
The iron golem house. There's another side.
Here's another side to this. See? Nice, buddy. Hey, don't break it, bro. Don't break it. Hey, what's up, Tomahawk? Hey, thank you, team. Yeah, my son's joining me for today. All right, so I do got to focus on stocks. But yeah, bro, look, your Roblox call was right, Jack. Look at this. So again, remember, you said Roblox. You said you thought Roblox would go down. You said that way back here at 80, and it did go down.
Nice.
Yeah, so good job. Yeah, it is better, much better. Nice. Yeah, just be careful, bro. I like that as like my office setup.
Wait, oh, this is cool.
What is it?
They're like different like stands.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's nice. The thing looks good, man. You did a good job. He did this all by himself. Like we don't ever help him with this.
Yeah, I did like a Charmander that had like 7 different bags.
Mm-hmm.
Like about this big.
Yeah.
Like about this big, this wide.
Yeah. Yeah, the Charmander one's cool.
Well, I can show you it.
Yeah, don't worry about it. We'll see it next time.
No, I'm gonna get it.
Hey, bud, listen. You can go grab it, buddy. Just don't drop it, man. Okay.
Oh,
If you do, it's okay.
I can add it to the office setup.
Okay. Yeah, bring it in here, bro. If you drop it, it's all right, dude. Just remember, it's okay. Yeah, nah, these are bots. They're here every day. I think Disney to $60. We'll see. Yeah, Roblox. I'm actually holding a call option in Roblox, so I actually hope Roblox goes up. So like I'm actually in Roblox long right now, believe it or not, in a call option. The option expires in a month, and it's a $30 call option. Oh yeah, look at the Charmander.
It's very fragile.
Oh no. Here, it's all right. Here's the Charmander. Yeah, I was worried I would hurt the leg. This is actually pretty cool though. I was like a big Pokemon kid. I grew up on Pokemon Red and Blue and Yellow. No, there's a bunch of them, man. They were different. They were Game Boy games, so they were kind of like they were fun games though, dude. I think you would like them, right? No, but you can get similar games for your Switch. Yeah. Yeah, it's Lego. Yeah, it's all right if the leg fell off, though. I knew Charmander was fragile. Fragile. Again, here's Roblox. Roblox at 25. I told you, bro. Oh no, dude. Hey, listen. Hey. I know, dude. Listen. All right. Yeah, it's all right, dude. Again, that thing is tough. Like, oh, you gotta take the legs off and just let it sit.
This back.
Here, hold on. All right, there we go. Yeah, see, look, he looks like he's hanging out by the thing. Here, don't worry about this stuff. Just don't mess with this stuff. All right, if you try to put it all back, it could fall back apart. All right, anyways. Sorry, my dog Bruce is barking. We got the fam here today. Here, also, you left this, bro. I think this is part of your motor. Put it over there. Here, just leave it there. Yeah, that looks good. He looks like Charmander looks good right there, dude. Yeah, it looks like he's chilling right there. Anyways, Roblox back up. Again, the SPY has mostly been moving up today. A lot of people are saying this move up was from PMI, from like European PMI. And so like manufacturing and services PMI drops this morning as well at 9:45. So it's almost 9 right now. So we still got about an hour. So that data drops in about an hour. We'll see if it looks good or not. Yeah, that's Big Bruce. Yeah. Hey, all good, Kenny. Yeah. Yeah, maybe, Jessica. Do y'all think it's time to buy the dip? I might buy the dip in the NASDAQ here. We got a little pullback after a run. And so we're already up about $100. I'm going to buy this dip right here and see if we get a little pop up. Even just a small pop would work. All right, so we just bought the dip in the NASDAQ. What I have to do, I don't want to take 2 contracts here. I think 2 contracts is a little bit too much. All right, so we're slightly green. There it goes, even more green. Let's see if we can push up some more. So we bought the dip in the NASDAQ. This is the SPY right here. This is the futures market. So in futures, you can day trade short, no PDT rule. Top Step's the most legit. Hey, thank you so much for the donos, man. I can see it. Can you give an analysis? I'll check it out, Tomahawk. I'll try to look at it. Again, I can't promise I'm going to say good things, though, brother. All right, so we just made another $50 or so riding this bounce back up. We caught that bounce. Again, my big thing is like I appreciate the donations, guys. I really do. But my big thing is like I have to stay objective and unbiased. And again, I'm kind of a natural skeptic. Like I get people all the time in here calling out penny stocks, and a lot of the time I'm looking at the penny stock and saying, "Hey, this looks bad. This does not look good." We'll mess with that. Okay, yeah, just leave that alone. All right, we'll mess with that later. Okay, buddy. But yeah, thank you so much for the donation. I really do appreciate it. I know we got another donation too, so let me go back up. I thought we had another. Yeah, so thank you to also William Volt Army here just for support. Hey, thank you so much, guys. I appreciate it. Thank you, Gain. I appreciate the donations, guys. Genuinely appreciate it. Thanks so much. Yeah, I just think the dip buy made sense. And again, we caught the bounce. So like, here's the SPY, which is basically the same thing. It's a little bit different than the NASDAQ, slightly different holdings. But again, I like buying small dips after we make a nice run up. So like, here's the nice run up. We pulled back here. I love buying these little type of pullbacks and just looking for a small bounce and taking profit. Again, that's my funded account. And so you can see on my funded account today. And again, if you want to day trade with me on Top Step, I'll post this link up. Great way to help support the channel. Again, here's the link. What they do is they give you a demo. They test your skill. If you can hit the target while following their rules, they fund you between 50K up to 150K with a 90% split. Most people are going to fail these funded account programs because most day traders lose. It doesn't matter whether they go with Top Step or they go putting up the money yourself. Most day traders lose. And so this is a much cheaper way. You can put up 49 bucks. If you're good enough to pass it, you get a 90% split and you get to keep your first 10K in profit. So you get a lot of the rewards of putting up the money yourself. If you're not good enough to pass it, you're only down 49 bucks, a noticeably cheaper amount than putting up the money yourself most of the time. If you put the money up yourself, most of the time you're going to lose much more. And in the futures market, I can day trade the SPY, essentially in the ES. I can day trade the NASDAQ, essentially in the NQ, and there's no PDT rule. And so it's a really good place for day traders if you want to learn and limit your risk instead of putting up the money yourself. And in that regard, it makes perfect sense. If you want to check it out, there's the link, although I'm definitely biased in their favor because they pay me money. And so I'm definitely biased in their favor, but you can check them out right there. Hey, thanks for everybody. Thanks everybody. I appreciate the support. I don't know, Jack. Do you like cats or dogs more, buddy? Yeah, I definitely like dogs more too. I'm a dog guy. Yeah, so I'm definitely a dog person. Cats are cool, but like if you want true affection and love, you get a dog. Cats are too selective. They say cats are smarter than dogs, but that's not true either. Dogs are way more highly intelligent than cats. Cats are cool. I'm not saying cats are not smart, but they're just not as smart as dogs, and dogs are just better, in my opinion. Yeah, hit the like button, guys. We appreciate it. We'll see if we continue to get this bounce. Again, another one is NVIDIA here, guys. So here's NVIDIA. NVIDIA pushing up. It's at 416s. 416s. Hey, buddy. Son's over here hanging out on stream. All right. Yeah, cats are smart. Yeah, but they're not smarter than dogs. Yeah, parrots are really cool, especially like a ring neck parrot. You ever seen Kiwi online? Parrots are super intelligent. Yeah, I mean, the SPY is up a lot today. It's mostly just because it was down a lot yesterday. Because, again, if you look at this here, team. So if you look at this, again, big pullback yesterday. And then what happens? What's the bias when we have a large pullback like that? Again, the bias is generally that we're going to bounce. And so that is usually the bias. Ferrets are cool, but they're messy and they take a lot of work to take care of, and they stink. Yeah, we did have ferrets. They stink. They're a lot of work to take care of. And if you get more than one, they can be trouble. Yeah, we got 3, and 2 of them ended up stealing all the food from the baby, and then they got really big, and then the baby didn't have enough to eat, and then we had to separate them. It was just a mess. Did we long the SPY? I took a very quick short-term scalp on the NASDAQ. And again, here's my funded account program today. So we are now up on the funded accounts. What? What happened to the last few trades? Yeah, so the market is dropping down a little bit now. See if it holds. Okay, so my P&L actually reflects here. Nice. So yeah, my P&L is actually reflecting. So yeah, today alone we have made about $130 or so. No more than that. We got a little cushion here. We're gonna see if the NASDAQ and the SPY bounce. We're pretty flat on the day trading. We made a little bit. Look at NVIDIA starting to push up here. So NVIDIA starting to push up, testing that pre-market high. Trying to push up. SPY bouncing up a little bit. NVIDIA testing the high of pre-market, guys. It's a big level. Let's see if we continue to break this. SPY wants to bounce. NVIDIA rejecting a little bit. The market continues to bounce. Consolidation here over the last few minutes in the NASDAQ at least. Watch what NVIDIA does. NVIDIA is still at the top of the range. It's very choppy. The only big data release again we have today is the manufacturing and services PMI. Services PMI is going to be the big one that you want to pay attention to. The other ones are not super relevant or super important. And so services PMI is the big one that you want to watch. The other ones are big, but not as big as services PMI. And this all drops at 9:45 in less than an hour. Yeah, so we're up about 130 in futures. We're in another trade at the NASDAQ here. I don't mind making a small amount. I don't want to hold on to this forever. I'm watching NVIDIA to see if NVIDIA can crack here. If NVIDIA can't, we're going to cover it. We're pretty flat on the trade so far. But I think patience is important. If NVIDIA starts to run, this could drag it up. Again, we're pretty much break even on the trade right now. But it is early in pre-market, and I don't want to risk too much. I don't like that action. I'm going to cut that right there. So yeah, you can see even after this trade, we're still up $120. So we'll keep pushing at the open. Well, I think the Fed came out and said that they're most likely going to have a soft landing versus a recession is what I'm seeing now. So the Fed came out mostly saying they probably have a soft landing versus a recession. Oh, nice, man. So Jack's making progress on. Let me see. So this is the F1 motor. He's making some progress on it.
Like this big.
Yeah, it's gonna be huge, but you're making some progress, dude. Nice, man.
Like maybe like 25 inches.
No, it's pretty good. But yeah, what I saw yesterday is that they think that we are gonna have an actual soft landing. Mara is just going to be dependent on what crypto does. So like Bitcoin sitting at 26K, pretty much flat on the day right now. Again, SPY continuing to pull back. Part of me wants to buy the dip, but we had such a big run up. We'll see if the dip works. Anyone holding puts overnight? I mean, it depends on when you bought the puts. One more rate hike. How many rate? Do y'all think they're going to raise rates this year? I think they could. I think they also could skip the rest of the year too. So again, I think they could. I think they could also skip the rest of the year. We'll see if they end the week well. Yeah, I mean, even they were, what I noticed during the Fed meeting is that they were really apprehensive to give definitive statements. So they did not want to basically just come out and say that they're going to raise rates this year. When they were asked if they were going to raise rates, they said they didn't know. When they were asked if they were going to have a soft landing, they said they didn't know. When they asked if they said we were going to hit a recession, they said they didn't know. And so, yeah, services PMI, just to give you a breakdown of it, it's based on surveys of about 400 executives in the private sector services company. They cover transport, communication, financial intermediaries, business and personal services, computing and IT, hotels and restaurants. Over 50 denotes, or over 50 signals an improvement in those sectors. Below 50 indicates weakness in those sectors. And so they're expecting for services PMI 50.6. 50.6 is what they're expecting for services PMI. So that's basically what services PMI is. PMI generally is signaling strength or weakness in different sectors, right? If it's manufacturing PMI, it's signaling strength or weakness in manufacturing. If it's signaling services, if it's services, it's signaling strength or weakness in service sector. And so again, 50 is the neutral level. Above 50 is growing sector or strength in those sectors. Below 50 signals weakness in those sectors. One more rate hike should put us right on time for the Bitcoin halving. Or do you believe they do the rate hike in January? I'm not sure. I think if we look at the CME watch tool to see what they're expecting. Right, so if we use the CME watch tool to see what they're expecting. Right now for the November meeting, about 73% are expecting a rate hike next cycle. Or no, I'm sorry. About 73% of people are expecting a skip or pause or a continued pause in rate hikes next decision. If we look at this, 27% of people think we're going to raise rates 25 basis points. So that's basically what we're at now, where most people are still expecting a continued pause, which would signal that this was a pause, not a skip. A skip implies that we're going to raise rates again the next meeting. A pause implies sustained, lack of rate hikes. So this would mean that this last meeting that we had on Wednesday was a pause, not a skip, which means continued rate hike or continued pause in rate hikes. If we look at December, again, December's pretty split. About a little bit over half of the people think we're going to pause. We're going to keep paused, but 40% roughly think we're going to raise, and then about 6% of people think we're going to raise 50 basis points. Which again, I don't know, but that's what we're seeing right now. Very choppy market, and it's Friday. It's a slower day, of course. That's just kind of how Fridays go generally. And then if a Friday with not much economic data is kind of how it is. Hey, well, good luck, Casey. I do service, heating, and cooling. I'm hearing from a lot of customers that they don't have a lot of money for repairs. Yeah. Wall Street delusional, maybe. Okay, we got about an hour. A little bit less than an hour. We got 30 minutes until the actual market open. I think the Bank of Japan skipped or paused. I don't think they raised rates. I think they skipped or paused. Also, hit the like button, guys. Let's get over 200 likes in here if we can. Yeah, the PMI is coming out at 9:45 in the morning, so it's coming out in 45 minutes. And we're pretty green today on our trades. We're not super green, but we're green nonetheless. I do construction, remodel, pressure washing, and I have a different experience. People are still paying dumb prices for everything. Yeah, man. I mean, honestly, it's just been really hard for us to find reliable contractors. Like when you look on Google, like the last experience we had with somebody, we needed our gutters cleaned. And again, I'm saying this, please do not message me offering your services. I'm not going to hire anybody on YouTube. Ever. I'm not going to bring anybody in my house or show anybody where I live or anything like that. That's just not what I'm going to do. All right. So please don't send me offers for this type of stuff. But like we needed somebody to clean out our gutters, to pressure wash our backyard, and to wash our windows. Hey, nice, man. You're getting there, dude. Let me see. Here, I'll be careful. Look, he's getting there. That's where he's at right now with it. Nice work, dude. Looks good. Nice, buddy. You're getting there. Proud of you, man. Good job. But yeah, so the last guy we got, look at the market bounce. I should have stayed in my long. Look at nvda break highs. So look at nvda break highs. But yeah, so basically the last time we hired somebody, we needed those three things done, right? And I think the guy quoted us like $750 for all those things. And so we were like, okay, fine, like that works, like $750, cool. And like it was one guy. And then we started asking, we were like, hey, do you have insurance? Before we like processed it, we were like, hey, do we have insurance? Let's do it, bud. Oh, you're scared everybody, weirding everybody out on there. That's all right. I do that too sometimes. It's all good. But no. Anyways, we we say, hey man, just send us your copy or your paperwork showing us that you're insured, and we can like move forward with it. And he sends me like an old contract with somebody else that wasn't insurance, just pushing for it. And honestly, I partly blame the culture of like, make the sale. Doesn't matter whether you're telling them the truth or not, just make the sale. Hustle, guys. Gary V, hustle. I like Gary V, but like, make the sale. Hustle, do it. You know, lie to them if you have to, right? So anyways, we use them anyway, right? We use them anyway. And bro, this dude's like, yeah, I'm going to get it done Monday. By Tuesday, I'll have it all finished. And we're like, all right, cool. Tuesday, he shows up late, does like a quarter of the work, and then wants us to pay him half. And so we say, okay, fine, here's half. Like, whatever. At that point in time, I told him, I was like, look, if you just want to finish now, that's fine. And like, we'll go find somebody else. Cool. He's like, no, I want to do it. And so we're like, all right. The next day he comes, like, he skips a day. So he doesn't come until like Wednesday or Thursday. And then the dude doesn't, he doesn't finish the work. This dude literally cleaned our windows because he didn't have the supplies to do it with like a hoodie. He took his hoodie and he washed our windows. Like, our windows were dirtier once he was done than before. He also didn't pressure wash the whole, like, he didn't pressure wash the front. He barely pressure washed the back. And so, and then just got weird. Like, it was the most half job I've ever seen. And at this point, I'm like, well, this dude's not insured. I don't really trust him. I'm just going to pay him and just tell him, hey, it's all good, bro. And like, just find somebody reliable next time. And he was a young kid. He wasn't that young. He was like 25. But it's just like, I blame it on the just make the sale. It doesn't matter if you got the supplies or not, just make the sale. Hello. Yeah, the whole thing was crazy, honestly. The whole thing was just out there, man. And again, I blame it on and this was a guy that was on Google. And again, one of the things that rubs me the most wrong is when people try to oversell their company. Like, bro, I understand if you're a brand new company and you're just getting started and you need somebody to like help you out and give you your first sale or whatever. As long as you're going to do a good job, bro, I don't care how long you've been around. What I dislike is people playing with my intelligence, people acting like I'm dumb and overstating the size and the strength of their company, And so that's what I don't like. And I see it a lot where people try to act like their companies are more successful and make more money than they actually do to make you feel better. Where it's like, just tell me the truth, man. Just say, hey, look, we just started a couple weeks ago. We're getting started. We're going to do great work, and then do good work and it won't matter, But don't act like your company's stronger than it is. Act like your company's this big, successful company and then do a terrible job and then be, like that's what rubs me the wrong way. Yeah, I don't know who that is. Again, we're pretty green today. Exxon and oil seem to be pulling back, but the market's so flat right now, man. Like, the market's so boring. Sideways, nothing really going on. Right, for sure. I'm okay with that, Corey. Like, I'm okay if they're a one person. Like, that's all good. I understand. I used to do manual labor, bro. I used to do landscaping. I used to break cement with a jackhammer. You know what I mean? Like, I've done manual labor. And I know it's not easy. But again, I've had a lot of people that have wanted to work with me, and they think, and like when they're applying, they just oversell themselves. They're saying, yeah, our company's doing all this money. And it's like, okay, well, if your company really is doing all this money, where's the proof? You know, like, and then they get weird. Anyways, again, the market's pretty flat. SPY's choppy. nvda is really what's moving markets. Yeah, but at this point in time, King, like 750 is not a crazy amount of money. At a certain point, it's like one thing you realize is it's better not to build enemies and like just kind of say, all right, lesson learned. You know, we'll find somebody else. Landscape, it's all right. My wife Carol's like big into gardens. Like she's got a garden she likes taking care of and all that stuff. I don't know what the Dow's gonna do. I don't know. Again, markets are moving up a little bit. What's moving up right now is American Express is doing a little bit better. Again, the SPY is trying to hold. We're just really flat. We had this big run up earlier in the morning, and now we're pretty sideways. Anything else that looks good? Again, we still got about 35 minutes before the manufacturing data, and we'll see if we get anything good. Also, guys, Chart Prime has a $1 free trial. If you've ever thought about using Chart Prime, you got a $1 free trial right now. And again, I showed people this yesterday. Like a lot of the time I'm on Chart Prime, I'm using like the Market Oracle Pro, which gives me like reversal signals. So like here's the E-mini. And then look at this buy signal here, huge bounce. This one might have been wrong. This one might have been wrong, but that's pretty rare, honestly. Look, strong sell signal worked, buy signal worked, sell signal worked, buy signal worked, buy signal worked, strong sell signal worked, buy signal worked, buy signal. This one failed. That one worked. Strong sell signal worked. Look at the sell and then nice drops. And the cool thing is like you can put up an hourly chart, which is really where I find a lot of success. You can put up a regular market oracle, chart patterns, and you can look at every candle here represents an hour. And you can use it in stocks, crypto, Forex, futures. Like, look at how powerful this is. Again, let me get rid of the regular market oracle. And then look at this. The strong ones are really the powerful ones. And so look at this. Strong sell signal here. And this is the E-mini. Literal days of pullbacks. Literal days of pullbacks, right? And again, you can try this out for $1 right now, guys. For $1. Again, I'll put the banner up here if you want to check it out. But you can try this out for $1. They are a sponsor of mine. I'm definitely biased in their favor, but it's $1. It's a 2-week trial for $1. And so if you want to check it out, again, they are a sponsor. I'm definitely biased. I can't guarantee you're going to make money. Nobody can. Check it out. There's the link. Let's see if we hold. Look at the flag pattern here too on Chart Prime. So it shows flag patterns long term. And look at the break of it. It actually held the resistance levels here too. Look at this. It broke down, held the resistance levels. No, I never traded weak futures. Yeah, I'm okay if they're a one-man or if they're a one-person team. Like I'm okay with that as long as they do good work. And I think people don't understand. Like, especially people like the guy that we worked with, like he doesn't understand, he doesn't understand that like somebody like us, where we've got money and we've got a lot of stuff that we want done throughout the year, right? That like if he comes here and he does a good job and he's easy with us and he doesn't try to oversell us, we keep hiring him over and over and over again, and he would have like good referrals. We know people too. Like we'd have good referrals and good business, right? But like he just didn't, he didn't have the supplies to do it. He oversold himself. He didn't have the supplies. If he was reasonable, he could have said, hey, I can't clean your windows. I don't have the supplies for that, but I could do the other two and I could do them for cheap and a good job. And we would have said, fine, go ahead. But yeah. Yeah, wheat. I can't imagine wheat's very volatile. What's the symbol of futures on wheat? What's the future symbol for wheat? Oh, landscaping is incredibly difficult. Yeah, for sure. What's the future symbol for wheat? I'll have to look it up, but CW. I mean, it's actually more volatile than I expected it to be. So here's the futures contract of wheat. I mean, it's not volatile relative to like the E-mini or the NASDAQ, but it's like if you got a catalyst trade in wheat of some sort, then maybe you could. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely enough liquidity to buy it. But again, still pretty low liquidity, which is what I expected. Could be worse though. All right, so again, SPY's still at the VWAP here. I don't know what I want to do with this. Part of me wants to buy it. But I also understand that like anything can happen here, you know? Like part of me wants to buy it, but with choppy Friday and boring price action, you know, we'll see. Hopefully we hold and continue moving up. There's volatility. Here's nvda. Watch nvda. Here's Tesla too. I think Tesla's going to be a big influence here as well. Still got 15 minutes until the market opens. It is a slow Friday, guys. Kind of boring. What's the symbol for that, Polaris? Yeah, I don't know anybody trading wheat. And I know a bunch of different types of people trading different things, but wheat is, I don't know anybody that's trading that, to be honest. And I tend to find myself liking extension trades, so liking like big pullbacks and then buying the big pullbacks and riding the bounce. Those are like my most effective trades, I think. Hey, bud.
I'm done.
You done?
Yeah. I did good, right?
Yeah, let's show him. So Jack says he's done.
Well.
What?
On the bottom spin as well.
Yeah, look. Wow, that's pretty nice. Let's get my up close look. Look at this. That's pretty cool, buddy. Looks good, man. And again, this is for like adults. Like this set is for like adults. So I'm proud of you, buddy. That's pretty good, man. Good job, dude.
I think the Charmander set might have been for adults.
Yeah.
It said like 12 plus.
Yeah. Definitely for older kids, for sure. So nice work, buddy.
Thank you.
H-E. You're welcome, buddy. Yeah. Hog prices are pretty much the same. Lean hog futures. Yeah, market wants to bounce, it looks like, but it's so sideways now. What are you going to teach him how to trade? Whenever he wants to learn. Probably within a few years. All right, we're catching another bounce. Yeah, we did. We just caught another bounce. Another bounce in the SPY, a little bounce in the NASDAQ we just caught. Yeah, 9:45 we get services PMI, so that's in like 25 minutes. We got flash services manufacturing PMI. All right, opening bell in 12 minutes. Again, I'm kind of hanging out with my son today on stream. Programmable robots. Yeah, Jack seems to like the more advanced stuff that's not really for kids, though.
Look, I got it. I completed one set.
Nice, dude. Good.
All four.
It looks good too. That looks right. You want to be gentle with it though. You don't want to break it.
Yeah, I'm done for the day.
Maybe not for the day. I'm sure you'll come back to it later.
And go on with it.
Okay, yeah, just be gentle, bud. Good job, dude. Yeah, maybe if he wants to learn. Yeah, if my son wants to learn, I'll teach him. All right, guys, we got 10 minutes. I'm not gonna force it on him. You know, I've told him like if my channel's large enough, he can take it over when he gets older if he wants. And so if he wants to, yeah. Good job, buddy. All right, guys, again, SPY dipping under the volume weighted average price. Testing the VWAP now. Yeah, my daughter's just not interested in the market altogether. Too bad. Check out some books, bro. Look at all these books here, dude. Might be able to find some good stuff, man. Look, there's a book right there called Weird Texas. It's got a bunch of weird facts about Texas right there. You see it? Look right there. They got science. They got look at the Weird Texas book right there. Nope, down. Nope, you were on the right row, right there. Nope, lower. Yep, that row. Check them out, man. If you want to sit here and read some of these books, we got a bunch. Yeah, just pick some stuff you want to read and put it on a pile on the floor, dude. And you can check them out.
Can I go on the couch?
Yeah, no, he doesn't have school today. Yeah. Here, leave that open. Yeah, for sure. Bruce, hush. Hush, buddy. Sorry, my dog Bruce, he's a little bit as the young people say, extra. Hey, what's up, Tiny? Happy Friday. Again, market's pretty flat. I mean, again, we've been mostly moving sideways. I keep saying it over and over again because that's just kind of what it is. We're gonna day trade today. We're already up about 120, 130 bucks. Good day. Yeah, I mean, I've run into people that knew me from my channel. And so people know trading. Most of the time it's from like the big FOMC meetings. that they're like, hey, you're the guy that covers the FOMC meetings. And I'm like, yep. But like, you know, it's not super common. Yeah, Bruce. Yeah, Bruce has got a scary bark for sure. He's actually really sweet. He's like a really sweet dog. He's like really kind. Rosie, like the smaller one, the smaller shepherd we have, she is the one you got to worry about. She's super protective, super territorial. She beefs with our pool dog or our pool guy. So like our pool guy comes here and she beefs with him. And she freaking hates the pool guy. Bruce is just a big puppy. Rosie's the one you got to worry about. She's fast too. All right, guys. Hey, we got 7 minutes, 6 minutes, really. Forward put that I'm stuck in because of down internet is going to get burnt today, most likely, since I can't be in it. Ford, what's Ford been doing? I'm in Ford. Ooh, Ford is green. I forgot. I'm in Ford. Something happened with Ford. Maybe the workers' strike is looking better. Look at Ford right now. UAW will announce it has made real progress with Ford and labor talks. Will invite the president to come. All right, guys. So again, look, Ford is flying up. We bought the dip in Ford too from this. So we're actually in Ford with a small position. So that's nice to see. I think I'm going to keep holding it because I think the strikes will fade. Yeah, for sure, Tony. All right, guys. Hey, we got 20 minutes. 20 minutes. Yeah, Ford. I mean, I'm in Ford. Again, Ford getting progress done over the strikes is pretty good news for it, of course, and it's looking pretty solid and up there. Which won't bounce and go down? All right, so SPY cracked under the volume weighted average price. That's usually a pretty good trend indicator, so we'll see if it actually holds. Yeah, Bruce has a really scary bark, but that's good. That's kind of what you want in a guard dog. Again, look at Ford rip up. Again, we got manufacturing and services PMI dropping in less than 20 minutes, less than 20 minutes. Yeah, never used that. Carol with the greatest timing ever, as always. Yeah, chows could be mean. I've run into a lot of mean chows. But look at the SPY break down some more here, guys. So again, very flat day. We're gapping up because we dropped so much. over the last few days, and so it's just kind of a dead cat bounce, overextended bounce, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, that's kind of what's going on now. Yeah, Google's down a little bit, not a ton though. Giving some of the gains back, but probably just because the market cracked under the VWAP. We're watching Ford here too, again, after their auto strike stuff. All right, guys, we got a minute. Yeah, I'll be right back. All right, we're back. All right, guys. Hey, we got a minute left. 1 minute until the opening bell. Ford's still moving up a little bit. You can see it test the 255 level or the 1255 level. Again, SPY's down. We'll see if 432 holds. We're right at 432.50, which could be like a $0.50 support level. And again, in about 15 minutes, we got the services and manufacturing PMI data dropping. So yeah, I'm going to put it in sub-only mode. Thank you guys so much for the growth, and we're going to keep the growth up. Again, if you haven't already subscribed, everybody announce yourself if you are subscribed. And we're going to keep the growth up, team. We appreciate the love. Thanks so much. All right, looking forward, test the highs. SPY still breaking down. Let's watch NVIDIA and see what NVIDIA is doing. Very, very choppy, but NVIDIA sitting right at 415. And 415 seems to be established as a support level. There's the opening bell. Again, Google's moving back up after dipping a little bit. Here's the SPY. I'm going to put futures up and trade futures. Again, we've already made, $120, $130 on the day in our funded account. Hey, what's up, guys? Thanks so much for the subs. Yeah, getting some corrections at the opening bell on the NASDAQ here. NASDAQ's coming right back down. Could be from Google, could be from NVIDIA. SPY is reacting negatively too to the open. It's still pretty early though, so anything could happen. I like the I like the lights off. I think the vibe with the lights off is much better. Okay, Google started bounces at 131.50s. All right, so we're seeing some bounce backs in the SPY, not necessarily the NQ though. Part of me wants to short this, but I'm gonna wait and see how tech plays out. All right, so I'm shorting the NASDAQ here. We're already up 100 and something on the day, and we might just be giving that right back, it looks like today. Yeah, we got the cushion to play with on the day, so that's good. There we go, flushing back down on the NASDAQ. Ford coming back down. We're flat today now after this. So we're going to go ahead and add to this, see if we get a flush back down. Help our trade. We got the cushion on the day to justify it, but if we push up too much, we're going to have to cover it, of course. There we go. Trying again. Well, flat on the day here with 2 contracts. Giving it time. We break over the top of this, we got to cover this. So we got a good little entry that we can use. About flat now, back up. Ideally, we want to break down. Of course, we're short. Again, the SPY started to push up. That's the only problem with the NASDAQ right here. So is Ford, some other stuff. So I'm probably going to get close to cutting this. Again, luckily, we already made enough money this morning in pre that we can take this risk. Google breaking down. This looks risky. Yeah, we're going to have to cover. All right, so now we're green on this one. Maybe be a little bit more patient on the rest. So if we get a larger breakdown, we can make this back. Boom. We're gonna go ahead and cover that. All right, so we're still up about the same, actually. Luckily, we were really patient on the second half of that trade, and that made us flat on the day where we could have been, or we're up. Actually, we're up a little bit on the day where it could have been a big loss. NASDAQ starting to flush back down. Again, we're switching out here. I want to be patient, but I'm also trying to take some risks in my combine accounts. We're already funded in a couple accounts this over the last couple of months, and so it's important to be risk averse. Sorry, I'm in a trade now. Boom. All right, so we're up like, sorry, this is my combine account. So yeah, we just made in our combine account about $300. Sorry, I jumped in the trade because I like the breakdown potential, and so we're up about 300. We still got 10 minutes before the PMI data comes out. Google flushing down, SPY started to test lows too. We got 9 minutes left. All right, so we're getting a little pop back up. I'm going to short this. It looks like it was a good move. Maybe not. We got a nice cushion on the day in this already, so we got some time to let it work. I just made another 100 something, so you can see we're up about 400 or so on the day now in this account. I like that pivot on the SPY. NASDAQ breakdown. I should have stayed in my short, dude. If I would have just trusted my direction, I would have made a lot more in my funded account today versus my other one. But it's all good. You gotta hit the sub button, guys. This PMI data is dropping. Soon. NASDAQ flushing. Look at the SPY. The SPY doing a little bit better than the NASDAQ. What this signals is tech. And so I'm sure if I look at NVIDIA right now, yeah, NVIDIA's looking a little bit weaker. Again, Ford's still looking good. We're in Ford. Again, we bought Ford a few days ago after just big pullbacks on the day. I'm short the NASDAQ again. We already have a very big cushion. All right, another one. We're up about 5 on this one on the day, slowly building. You get about 7 minutes, less than that, about 6 minutes left. Yeah, I could set the timer, but it's like a 5-minute timer, so I could set it. But right, so here's the timer for the data release. Look at the SPY bounce it all the way back up. Services stocks, McFortune, are going to be the most affected by it. Like Verizon, H&R Block, Schwab. Warner Bros. So think of services as logistics, retail, transportation, food, hospitality, real estate, technology, education, computers, services, health, social work, recreation, and media. So like McDonald's is like a good example. Again, NASDAQ flushing down, SPY flushing down too. NVIDIA breaking down as well. Everything kind of falling here. And we got 4 minutes left. Guys, 4 minutes left until this report comes out. All right, guys, we got 3 minutes here. 3 minutes. What news? I don't know what the PMI data is going to be today, guys. I really don't know. So the expectations for services PMI are 50.6. For manufacturing, PMI 48. And so what that means is that for services PMI, they're expecting a slight improvement in the services sector. 50 is neutral. So 50.6 is a very slight improvement is what they're expecting here. Now, relative to manufacturing PMI, they're expecting 48. And so they're expecting slight weakness in manufacturing and slight strength in services is what this is. Although the services reading is the much more important one. It's a bigger star reading, so 50.6 is what they're expecting here. So over 50.6 means stronger services sector than expected. Below 50.6 means a weaker services sector than expected. We got 2.5 minutes. Google bouncing back. I see some tech stocks bouncing back, including nvda. I don't trust it enough to short, and with this data release in 2 minutes, I'm just going to sit tight. Yeah, Google's starting to pop up too, push back up. Ford giving a lot of it back. But again, I'm in at 11s. So Ford at 1250s, I'm still pretty green. All right, here we go. Minute and a half, team. 1.5 minutes. Again, hit the live button next to the play button to make sure you're fully caught up on stream. Also, hit the notification bell, guys. Also, hit the like button. We need 5 likes to break 200, so hit the like button. Again, thanks so much for helping my channel hit 115,000 subs. We did break that, so that's nice. All right, guys, here we go. We got 1 minute here, team. 1 minute. I'm not sure about what gold's going to do. Currently, gold's sitting at about 1945 or so, 1946. Gold, if you look at like a 180-day chart, it's been pretty neutral. It's basically right where it was 6 months ago. So I'm not sure what gold's going to do. It's pretty flat this year. I don't know if Dow is buy or sell. I'm really not sure. All right, guys. Hey, we got 40 seconds. Again, make sure you hit the live button next to the play button to make sure you're fully caught up on stream. You want to make sure your live button looks like this because we got 30 seconds. You want to make sure it's red. That means you're fully caught up on stream. All right, guys. So here we go. Here's the market reaction to PMI data. Let's see what this looks like. All right, here we go. 10 seconds. 10 seconds. All right, here we go. And there's the release. Okay, services PMI came in at 50.2, slightly under what was expected. Manufacturing PMI came in at 48.9, slightly higher than expected. So slightly more strong manufacturing sector than expected and a slightly weaker services sector than expected. All right, so that's the report today. Again, slight weakness in slight strength in manufacturing, a lesser services number. We came in at 50.2 versus 50.6 in services, so a little bit more weak manufacturing sector than expected. We had the S&P Global Manufacturing PMI come in at 48.9 versus 48 expected, so slightly stronger manufacturing sector. And it looks like the market likes this. I mean, it's moving up on this report, so it looks like the market likes this report. Again, there's the numbers right there on screen for manufacturing. Services came in at 50.2. Guys, 50.2 is what services came in at. So again, we'll put this up on screen. These are the reports. Here's the full release right there. And again, NASDAQ bounced up, nvda bounced up, SPY bounced up on this report. So maybe this will help Friday in green today. All right, look at the NASDAQ fully bounced back up. So I guess I like this report. And again, if you haven't already, if you want to day trade some of these releases, check out TopStep. TopStep is a funded account program for futures. In the futures market, you can day trade the NASDAQ, which you see on the chart. You can day trade currencies and some currencies. You can day trade gold. You can day trade the S&P 500, basically the SPY or the Q. in their future contract form with no PDT restrictions. Top Step's the most legit one in the world. And again, what they do is they give you a demo. The base combine on Top Step, the base challenge on Top Step is the 50K combine. They're going to give you a 50K demo account in futures. And if you can make 3K without losing 2K, they fund you 50K with a 90% split, and you get to keep your first 10K in profit. And they've got combines from the 50K level all the way up to 150K. And once you're funded, if you can pass it, you get a 90% split. They pay out millions in actual withdrawals every year, fund thousands a year. Really useful way to learn how to day trade with less risk. If you lose, you're only out $49. But if you're good enough to pass it, you still get a 90% split, similar to what it would be if you put the money up yourself. And so in my opinion, it's the best of both worlds. Great way to help support the channel, and just a great way to learn, and just taking the challenge builds your skill. It teaches you how to trade under pressure, all that good stuff. And they've got free funding coaches and a lot of really nice tools and resources for traders. And so if you want to check it out, again, they are a sponsor of mine. You can check out the link right there. Again, check out Chart Prime. They got their $1 free trial going on right now as well. Both of those links will be in the description. Chart Prime, great trading view. Alerts and indicators, custom indicators, very good, very accurate in my opinion. But again, they're a sponsor. I'm biased. Check them out. Love you all. I'm going to go ahead and close it down today, guys, and go visit with my son a little bit. Again, he's home from school. He's working on a Lego set I want to go help him with, guys. So, again, I love you all. Y'all be safe. Y'all be good. We still got 500 people here. So, hit the like button. Next week, well, you got to pass the test to get funded. I've been funding in a couple accounts over the last week. But again, next week we have new home sales, CB consumer confidence, durable good orders, GDP data, jobless claims numbers, PCE data on Friday, a big release week. And then, we also have Big Papa Powell speaking on Thursday next week. So we'll see what that looks like as well. Y'all be safe. Y'all be good. Market's ripping up. Market looks good, to be honest, right now. Market's bouncing. nvda is really what's pushing up to 420s, basically right now, guys. So 420s. And I don't know what the market's going to give us. Let me know what you guys think. And I'll see you guys later. Good luck.